Timing order. So Christoph Cresp in the number 27 car was the car. Oh, big shunt though down the front straight for the number. Is that the sister car? The MV2S racing car, the 28 MV2S racing car. That has had a big shunt. Oh, a huge shunt down the back. We have a safety car, we have multiple cars in the barriers. There's debris all across the racetrack, and unsurprisingly, we have a red flag because drivers...
Well, here coming up is one of those incidents. This is just towards the closing stages of the race. One of the most spectacular accidents that Monza has witnessed in many years, and Stephane Ortelli was the victim. The car gets sideways as something breaks under braking. Across the grass as he's spinning, air gets under the car, and then it starts to cartwheel. Various different corners hitting the deck as it rattles across the chicane, having narrowly missed Alan McNish's car. McNish at this stage, incidentally, already on the radio to Audi saying, get a doctor here fast, he's going to need one. Ortelli's car luckily hits the barriers with the bottom surface first. From the reverse angle you see quite clearly it goes within inches of McNish.
To attack mode. Can he get by David Brabham?
Not easily, I guarantee you that, friends or not. Brabham is not going to let that car go by easily.
Oh.
Yeah, we just had, I saw something fly. I saw it and I didn't say it.
You know what? I think we had a blowover.
I'm sure we did. I saw it and I didn't react to it. I saw it was at the exact same place as last year.
Wow.
That car was behind these two, and I saw what I thought was a piece of bodywork. In fact, it was the entire BMW.
Bill Auberlen just
holding his arm there.
Escaped a huge crash.
And now we'll sit down.
Bill Auberlen, we believe, has done a backward flip, very much like what happened to Porsche 2 years ago.
Here, watch top of the screen now. He's drafting at the wrong place, right behind the guy. Goes around, there's the same identical flip. Now that's the Porsche bridge.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it lands on its side. Much worse crash than last year. Much worse. He impacts the wall.
Wow.
Driver's side. This car's still running over 100 miles per hour. That was a vicious impact.
This is just incredible. 2 years ago, we had the same thing happen to factory Porsche with Yannick Dalmas on board. And now it happens again. Bill Auberlen.
Interessanti. Ma Luca anche nelle prove era molto veloce, era a livello dei primissimi nei primi due settori. Adesso
no. bruttissimo questo incidente. Si sono agganciati praticamente al curvone. Naturalmente avete visto quello che è successo, è proprio la vettura di Esposito che vediamo lì al curvone in piena velocità. Ci sarà sicuramente Full Corsiello con il giro più veloce di Simone Bianco. Piccante, qui vedete c'è questa azione. Devo dire che qui forse Esposito ha un pelino esagerato, perché in quel punto si è andato a prendere un rischio veramente eccessivo, quindi l'altro pilota era già dentro, non poi a 205, lì sei a 250, 240, 250, quindi lì ha esagerato, per cui credo che farà lezione di questo incidente. È andata anche molto bene a Locatelli, tra le altre cose, perché guardate la macchina come si è disintegrata, però si è disintegrata in modo modulare. La cosa importante per tutte.
On standby, that's the other Toyota, and there's a car upside down. That is a big accident.
Oh dear.
That is at the chicane, and it's therefore car 8, is it not, which is the Anthony Davidson Toyota. The safety car has been called for, and while we've been enjoying a lead battle, there is a car off. Now here we are, it's one of the Ferraris. Davidson to the inside.
Oh no.
And the Toyota flips, and it crash lands and goes for the tyres, and wait for the Ferrari, because that goes off, demolishes the barrier, and that bounces upside down as well, and that I think may be 81, and that is a big accident all round. That is at the end of the Mulsanne straight. 81 is Perezzini at the wheel.
Okay, and I think what we find is going to happen now is that the race really will be held in neutral posture for some considerable time. Anthony appears to be signalling to the marshals, and he's certainly talking to the team. But I think with the damage to the barrier there, David, this is going to mean the race is going to be held in suspension for a little while. I'm afraid he got moved across on.
He did.
And that looks very like last year's accident.
But the scary part is the flip.
Yeah.
And the fact that the car flipped is a real worry. You can understand the Ferrari rolling because it hits the tyres and it bounces back off them. But it's the air getting under the Toyota and causing the flip because the cars run with the fin these days, which is meant to stop that kind of thing happening.
That's exactly the point. And yeah, there's the Ferrari driver out, and the doctor is checking and saying, you've got to get away. We want to see Anthony Davidson.
For a big ride, Del. Yeah, just cut it too close there with the GTD car of Patrick Lindsay. You can see the aftermath just goes up and on his leg. Lucky to survive that one. Car's back out there, but now in the garage area for other electrical issues, we believe.
Looking into our fourth curve, put on something, it looks like some gravel, there's a wet flag.
Huge drama though for Peugeot and Marc Genet.
Track conditions were not ideal, it just finished drying, and maybe I was going too fast for those conditions. It's a very fast corner, you know, it's more than 270 kilometers an hour corner, very fast, and the car just went very quickly. And I knew then it was going to be a big one. What really surprised me is when the car launched on the air. That was a really scary moment. But luckily the Peugeot car was super safe. I could probably say even it saved my life.
Attacked by the Mercedes, but it has gone again!
God, there it is, it's into the trees.
Right.
Unbelievable. That is what we have seen twice already this weekend, and that one went off track.
That is just devastating. They, of course, will have to withdraw instantly the other car. There's no question of doing it now. We have just seen one of the most dramatic moments that you will ever see. It's the second time in history that a Mercedes has actually left the track here. The other time back in 1955 with disastrous results. The other two times here in the last few days, the car actually stayed within the bounds of the track, but this one is off in the woods.
Here's the replay, and again...
the Mercedes right behind the Toyota, just in that dead air area. And
look at that. That's exactly the terror of it. Thank fortune it did not hit the bridge, but you can see how high up it got. It looks like it may have landed on its wheels. This could have...
Extraordinary escape. This was at 140 miles per hour, and from the moment of impact with the Farnbach-Alols Porsche.
Sixth gear, hauling up turn one due to the huge wheel arches. You know, never saw a little Porsche that exited the pit lane, and whether I moved over, he moved over, whatever, we collided, and he got me just at the point where the car was light enough that all he had to do was just tap the right rear, and boom, just sent me spinning. And at that speed, it didn't take long before just turning over, going over, and everything gets pretty dark for a minute, and I tasted the clay, and I'm like, I'm rolling. And next thing I know, you know, the car just lands, and I'm like, you know, your first inclination is get out. And so just, I think someone was looking at the video, I think it was 7 or 8 seconds from the moment the thing finally went, that I was out of the car. So, but huge testament, I think, to where racing car standards are for safety. Certainly the Acura itself, I mean, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. All the pieces went flying, and it looked hugely dramatic, but you know, the actual capsule you're in was perfect. And I hopped right out. I would have walked down the hill and gotten in another car.
It's further back is fine. It's downhill, but you've got to roll the car down, and on the Camel Straight, where everybody's approaching maximum speed. No, not. Oh! And off has gone one of the two SMP cars very heavily. So out is the driver. Is that Isakian? I think it is. Red, white and blue on the helmet. And who's in the other SMP racing car? Vitaly Petrov. Well, the Prussians, they'll both have red, white and blue helmets. I'm afraid my helmet identification is not good enough. It's the 17 car. It is Mativos Isakian.
That looks like...
And is that...
a huge shunt. Is that the two things related? Because that looks like it's at the top of the hill at Eau Rouge.
Wow.
Could the two things be related between Francesco Castellacci and that car? We don't know.
No.
But
that's a good call.
Whichever way you call it, that is a huge shunt.
Yeah. Well, the good news again is the driver was out. The car has stood up very well to him. And that, I think you're right, that is the left, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yep, it is.
And it may well be that he can. You come out of the.
Whoa.
Welcome back to the Premier Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta. And we have had a dramatic change to the race because on the back of that truck is the number 26 factory Porsche that has dominated this event, and it has just had an enormous crash, and you will be shocked when you see the video and how simple this accident happened. Jeremy Dale is beside me here in the booth. Jeremy, take us through what happens here.
Well, this is looking very routine. They come around a lap car, that's the 77 car. Now look at, he's tucked underneath the 77 car.
An astonishing crash, but wait till you see this in slow-mo replay. Now what we'll do here for you is do a freeze frame also. Jeremy.
Okay, look at how tight he is tucked in. Now keep in mind, they're cresting the hill. He's pulling probably fourth gear, right at the strongest part of fourth or fifth gear here, and you can see now a little bit of air under the front of the car, and now once it gets to this point, it is gone. There's absolutely nothing he can do. That car is going to blow over, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Takes off like an aeroplane. Dalmas is in the car. Look, he tucks his head forward. He knows he's in for a ride here, but just have a look at the height here, and we'll freeze it again when the car is upside down. Look at this astonishing pictures here. He's 25 feet in the air, completely upside down.
And luckily, the car goes straight. It doesn't really veer off the racetrack too much, and it lands on its tail. So the nose of the car is in pretty good shape. The car lands here, boom, on its tail. Obviously, a bunch of oil here comes out of the car, quick oil fire, and then the car lands and will hit the barrier. Of course, the nose flies off. But just an unbelievable accident.